That fiend has been rendered motionless by Old Monkey's magic of immobilization," said Pilgrim. "And he won't come out of it until this time tomorrow. But I remember how he looks. Stand still and let me show you what to change into. Like this. And this. And you'll look like him." Instantly he was transformed into an exact image of Shifty and Freaky. The fiend's tablet was then hung on his waist. Pilgrim also changed into the form of Freaky and Shifty with the proper tablet hanging on his waist. Sha-Monk then disguised himself as a trader. Herding the hogs and sheep, the three of them took the main road heading straight for the mountain. In a little while they entered the fold of the mountain and again ran into a little monster. He had some vicious features indeed. Look at those. 2 round, rolling eyes. Like lamps aglow. And red, bristling hair. Like flames ablaze. Bottled nose. Gaping mouth. And sharp teeth protruding. Biforked ears. Caved-in brow. And puffed-up blue face. He wore a light yellow garment. And trod a pair of rush sandals. Strong and sturdy like a savage god. Brash and hasty like a wicked demon. With a colored lacquered box for invitations tucked under his left arm, the fiend yelled at Pilgrim. "Freaky and Shifty, have you two returned? How many animals did you buy? Just look at what we're herding," replied Pilgrim. "And who is this?" asked the fiend, facing Sha-Monk. "He's an animal trader," said Pilgrim. "We still owe him a few taels of silver, and we're taking him home so that he can be paid." "Where are you going?" the fiend said. "I'm heading for the Bamboo Knot Mountain to invite the Venerable Great King to attend a festival tomorrow." Following the drift of the conversation, Pilgrim immediately asked him, "How many people are invited altogether?" "The Venerable Great King will head the table, of course," said the fiend. "Including our Great King and the captains of our mountain, there'll be some 40 persons." They were conversing like that when 8 Rules spoke up. "Let's get going. The animals have scattered. You round them up," said Pilgrim. "While I ask him for the invitation so I can have a look." Because he thought that Pilgrim was a member of their own family, the fiend opened the box and took out the invitation card to hand over to Pilgrim. Pilgrim unfolded it and found this message written on it. "Tomorrow morning a banquet will be reverently prepared for you so that we may celebrate the fine festival of the Muckrake. I pray that you will visit our mountain with your chariot and attendants. It will be our good fortune if you do not refuse. With profound gratitude, I submit this invitation to my venerable Grand Master, the Ninefold Numina Primal Sage. Your grand disciple, Yellow Lion, kowtows 100 times." After reading it, Pilgrim handed the card back to the fiend, who put it back in the box and took off toward the southeast. "Elder brother," asked Sha-Monk, "what does the card say?" "It's an invitation to celebrate a festival of the Muckrake. The sender identifies himself as such, your grand disciple, Yellow Lion, kowtows 100 times. The one to whom the invitation is addressed happens to be the Grand Master, one Ninefold Numina Primal Sage." On hearing this, 8 Rules laughed and said, "This has to be Old Hog's property. How can you tell that it's your property?" asked Pilgrim. 8 Rules said, "The ancients have a saying that a scabby sow is the special foe of the golden-haired lion. That's why I say that this is Old Hog's property." As the 3 of them chatted and laughed, they herded the hogs and sheep along. Soon they caught sight of the Tiger's Mouth Cave. Outside the door, this was the scenery they saw. Emerald mountains all around. Like cities in one row bound. Green creepers the crags entwine. From tall cliffs hang purple vines. Birdsongs the woods invade. Flowers the cave's entrance shade. A peach blossom cave no less. Such that hermits would possess. When they approached the cave, they found a motley crew of monster spirits, old and young, cavorting beneath the blossoms and trees. The ho, ho Snortings of 8 rules as he herded the animals caught their attention, and they all came forward to meet members of their own household. As they went after the hogs and sheep and began trussing them, the commotion alerted the monster king inside, who led a dozen little monsters to come out and asked, "So, you two have returned. How many hogs and sheep did you buy?" "8 hogs and 7 sheep," replied Pilgrim. "Altogether, 15 animals. The price of hogs should be 16 taels of silver, the price of sheep, 9 taels. We received 20 taels before. Now we still owe 5 taels. This is the trader, who came along to get his money." On hearing this, the Monster King gave the order. "Little ones, fetch 5 taels of silver and send the man off." Pilgrim said. This trader didn't just come for his money. He wanted to observe the festival too. Enraged, the Monster King rebuked him, saying, "What a rogue you are, freaky child! You were supposed just to make the purchase. Why did you have to mention the festival to anyone?" 8 rules drew near and said, "My lord, the treasures you acquired are indeed rare in the world. What's wrong with letting him take a look at them?" "You're a pest, too, shifty child," snapped the monster. "I got my treasures from the city in the Jade Flower District. If this trader sees them and spreads the news in the district, the prince may hear about it. If he then comes here to look, what am I going to do?" "My lord?" said Pilgrim. "This trader comes from behind the Northwest Market. He's not a resident of the city. How could he go there and spread the word? Besides, he's a little hungry, and neither of us has eaten. If there's any wine and food in the house, please give him some, and then send him off." He had hardly finished speaking when a little monster handed over 5 taels of silver to him. Passing the silver to Sha Monk, Pilgrim said, "Trader, take the silver. I'll take you to the back to have some food." Forcing himself to be bold, Sha Monk went inside the cave with 8 rules and Pilgrim. When they reached the second-level hall, they found a votive table set up in the center, on which the 9-pronged muckrake was laid, its colorful radiance truly blinding. Leaning on the east wall was the golden hooped rod, and on the west a fiend-rooting staff. The Monster King, who had followed them in, said, "Trader, the luminous thing in the center is the muckrake. You may look at it, but don't ever mention this to anyone after you leave." Sha Monk nodded and thanked him. Alas! When someone sees his property, he will go for it certainly. For his entire life that 8 rules had been an impetuous person. When he saw the muckrake, he was not about to engage in any more small talk. Running up to the table and seizing it with both hands, he changed back into his true form and struck at the face of the monster spirit. Our Pilgrim and Sha Monk, too, dashed to both walls to grab their own weapons and change back into their true forms. As the 3 brothers began to attack madly, the fiendish king retreated hastily to the back, where he picked up a 4-lights shovel with a long handle and a sharp blade. Rushing back out into the courtyard, he blocked the 3 weapons and shouted, "Who are you that you dare use a trick to wangle my treasures from me? You larcenous hairy lump!" scolded Pilgrim. "So you don't recognize us? We are the disciples of Tripitaka Tang, a sage monk from the land of the East. When we had our travel rescripts certified at the Jade Flower District, the noble prince there asked his 3 sons to submit to us as teachers and learn martial arts from us. Because our treasures were to serve as models for their weapons, which were being forged, we left them in the yard, and they were stolen by you larcenous hairy lump during the night. And you say instead that we use a trick to wangle your treasures. Don't run away. Have a taste of what our 3 weapons can dish up for you." The monster spirit immediately raised his shovel to oppose him. Thus began a battle that moved from the courtyard to beyond the front door. Look at those 3 monks crowding one fiend. A marvelous fight it was. The rod swishes like the wind. The rake descends like the rain. The staff lifts up to fill the sky with mist. The shovel extends to color the clouds. Like 3 gods refining great cinnabar. The flames, the colors would awe ghosts and gods. Pilgrims most able to exert his power. The monster stole treasures, how insolent. 8 rules, heavenly reeds, now shows his might. Sha-Monk, the great warrior, is good and strong. Brothers, united, use their smart device. And stir up a fight in Tiger's Mouth Cave. That fiend is tough, and he exploits his wiles. 4 sturdy heroes thus have quite a match. They brawl this time, till the sun's heading west. When the monster grows weak, and fails to stand. After they fought for a long time on the Leopard's Head Mountain, the monster spirit could no longer withstand his opponents. He shouted at Sha-Monk, "Watch my shovel." And, as Sha-Monk stepped aside to dodge the blow, he escaped through the hole thus created. Mounting the wind, he sped toward the southeast. 8 rules was about to give chase when Pilgrim said, "Let him go." As the ancient proverb has it, the desperate bandit should not be pursued. Let's cut off his way of retreat instead. 8 rules agreed. Going up to the entrance of the cave, the 3 of them slaughtered all of those 100-odd monster spirits, old and young alike. They were actually tigers, wolves, leopards, horses, deer, and mountain goats. Then the great sage used his magic to haul up all the valuable belongings from the cave, the carcasses of the slain monsters, and the hogs and sheep that had been herded there. With dried wood, Sha-Monk started a fire, and 8 rules wagged his ears to fan up a strong gust. The entire lair was thus gutted. After which, they took the stuff brought out of the cave and returned to the city.